Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to the live stream. First of all, the one thing I gotta say real quick, I got one dislike literally right out of the gate. I wanna know who that is. Somebody legitimately went out of their way to dislike my video before it even started. That kind of happens with every single one of my videos. I usually get like 2 to 3 dislikes right out of the gate. Who is that? Show yourself. I feel like I'm too high up. Give me a second, guys. Let me put this down a little bit. All right, guys, so you know the deal. As usual, I'm going to wait for everybody to get in, and then we'll go ahead and start the live stream. So for today's video, we got nothing really crazy going on. I just felt like it would be a good idea to do another live stream. We got a couple cancellations, unfortunately, between Virgin Voyages and Cunard. We got to talk about Cunard especially because that's a very interesting situation. We got to talk about Carnival Sailings that are going out, including the Mardi Gras. And that's pretty much it. I mean, well, that's not it, actually. We got to talk about the CDC as well because we have an update. The CDC is not backing down. So we're going to talk about that in today's live stream. But I hope all of you guys are well. For those of you that are in here so far, make sure you hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. It goes a very, very long way with the channel. I'm going to bring this down a little bit more. A little bit more. Boom. Okay, we're good to go. How's everybody doing? First of all, if you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it, just so I know the sound's working. It should be fine, but if you guys can just double check or just kind of give me confirmation, I'd appreciate it. Hey, Justin, how are you? I'm not happy about the Lightning winning. Why not? Look, anytime somebody wins, it's always good, especially when it's from my city. Oh, cool. We got a thumbs up. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Jay, thanks for all you do. We appreciate you. Oh, I appreciate you guys. You have no idea. Book NCL February 2nd, Southern Caribbean. Any tips on the NCL getaway? I haven't been on the getaway, but one suggestion I will give you, and it's probably the biggest one, try the Oreo cheesecake at the Garden Cafe. End of story. Hope all you guys are doing all right. Odyssey on the way to Florida. Hopefully we'll hear some, no, not hopefully. Hopefully we hear some good news about the Odyssey as opposed to the negative news we've been getting. Anyway, guys, so I'm going to give it about another minute or so, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. We got to talk about what's going on with the CDC. I got a couple of articles pulled up if you guys want me to read along, and we can go ahead and talk about it. But the gist of it going on with the CDC is that, you know, we've seen this whole situation going where we have them dealing with Judge Stephen Merriday and the court order, and they are not giving up on what's going on. They're still trying to fight back. They are now going to a secondary court to try to convince them to, I guess, talk to Stephen Merriday and overturn this whole thing. And pretty much everything has been put on hold as of right now when it comes to the preliminary hearing. A lot of news going on with that, but just to give it some clarification and we're all on the same page, I am going to pull up the article because there's a lot of technical and legal terms that honestly I don't know about and I'm not going to claim to. So I want to read the article and then we can kind of just talk about that from there. But we are going to talk about, we got 3 cruise ships that are supposed to be sailing with Carnival this month as well. I want to talk about Cunard, of course, too, because very strange situation going on with Cunard with their cancellation of their cruise ship, the Queen Elizabeth. So we're going to talk about all that. Virgin Voyages, seems like at this point, they're not in a rush to come over to the U.S. So I want to touch on that as well. But other than that, we'll have some fun on this live stream. And then also toward the end, I want to give you guys an idea of what I'm planning for the channel moving forward. I'm not stepping out of cruise news, but I am trying to take another direction as far as just not doing only cruise news. I think I've mentioned that before, and now that I'm home, I want to just try to follow through with that as well. So I'll be talking about that in my live stream today too. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, guys, as you guys are coming in, make sure you smash that like button. Also, join our Facebook group if you guys haven't already. All right, let's see here. Not gonna lie to you guys, I got some notes off to the side here along with my, my computer so I can see the feed a little bit better. Cool, cool. Yeah, we got 80 people in the house so far. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. So first things first, I got it written here, the dates, so I specifically know exactly what to give you guys and I don't give the wrong dates. But Virgin Voyages has canceled Scarlet Lady's U.S. sailing September 22nd through October 1st. And that will now be going on starting on October 6th for the Scarlet Lady. It appears that they like what's going on, seemingly what's going on over in the UK or what will be going on, and they will continue sailing out of the UK. So they're not in a rush to get back over here. We also got the Valiant Lady. She has canceled her sailings, the inaugural sailing too at that, but November 14th through May 1st, May 1st through 2022 out of Miami. That has also been canceled as well. And they will now be sailing with the Valiant Lady starting on March 18th through May 16th, 2022 out of Portsmouth. So once again, we got more sailings going on out of the UK, which is interesting. Like I said, it seems like Virgin is kind of, I guess, liking what they're seeing, what's going on with the UK. They're not in a rush to get over here, which is understandable seeing what's going on with the US. So Yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting. But we'll have to see. I mean, unfortunately, right now with the sailings going on in the UK, it's UK residents only. So I won't be able to go on Virgin ship. And if you're a UK resident, you can't go on over there as well. Scarlet Lady is in Portsmouth at the moment. Do you live in Portsmouth? I mean, I've been there a handful of times, but like I said, I mean, I'm hoping maybe things change between now and the next coming months between the U.S. and the U.K. and people that aren't just U.K. residents will be able to sail over there as well. But we'll have to see. Hey, from Cape Coral, Jennifer, how you doing? Hope you're doing all right. This is the feed over here. It's actually easier than me just looking at my phone. Give me a second, guys. All right, so next up, we got to talk about Carnival. We got some Carnival sailings going on this month. More ships being added. We got the Miracle, the Breeze, and of course the Carnival Mardi Gras. I will be on the inaugural sailing. I know I've said it plenty of times, but I still get asked the question. I will be sailing on the Carnival Mardi Gras inaugural sailing on July 31st, which I'm pretty excited about. I can't wait. Alaska, May 2022 on Celebrity. I bet you're excited. Tampa, Florida here. We got 3 cruises booked and paid for. Which ships? Give me a second here. So one thing that I did want to talk about as well is the Cunard Cruise Lines. So I was going to do a video when I saw this additional information, but Don ended up putting one out and he talked about it. I think he gave a lot of details as far as what was going on, and he had a lot to say, similar to what I was going to say, but I want to refer, if you guys haven't seen Don's video on what's going on with Cunard, good video to check out. And I just want you guys to know I'm not piggyback off of him. I just don't want to keep doing episodes talking about outbreaks on board ships and COVID cases. It's kind of gotten repetitive at this point. But Cunard apparently has crew members on board their ship, the Queen Elizabeth, that has tested positive for COVID. But they have not given any information as far as how many people have caught COVID on board. But for some reason, it's enough for them to cancel their inaugural sailing, not inaugural, their restart sailing on Queen Elizabeth. So it makes you kind of wonder what's going on over there with Cunard. Are they trying to be safe because of their demographic, or what is the situation? So they've canceled their restart on July 19th, and they will now be sailing on August 13th. And that's similar to what Royal Caribbean. I think they have the Ovation that's sailing out of Alaska starting on the 13th as well. When are we cruising out of Tampa? Because I have a cruise coming up. I don't think Tampa. I gotta double check on that. But Tampa doesn't start until what, September or November? I think it was. I had to double check and see what ships are sailing out of Tampa this year. Disney cruise booked for September, hoping for the best. But what do you guys think is going on with Cunard? Do you think it's just a situation where they're just trying to protect their overall demographic, since Cunard technically sails with older people? Or do you think it's a situation where there may be some type of outbreak on board the ship, maybe bigger than just 4 or 5 people on board that may have tested positive? What do you guys think about that? No air yet? No, I got no AC yet. I've been waiting all week. Everything was kind of postponed with the storm. A lot of people thought it was going to be a lot worse than what it was. So I got put on the list, and it was supposed to come today, but they called me this morning and told me they'll be here for sure at 8 a.m. tomorrow. So needless to say, this has been a very, very rough week for me. Trying to make videos and trying to do anything for that matter in this house has been difficult. It's about 90 degrees in here, so I'm dying. Glory's in September out of New Orleans. New Orleans. That should be fun. Question, do you know when NCL will resume sailings? I actually got a list on my phone. I wish I had screenshotted it and took it and put it on my laptop. I have every sailing for NCL. So if you're on the Facebook group, I'll actually post it after the live stream. You may as well go back to Mexico with your no AC in your house. You're right. You're right. Now I've been I guess gracious or grateful because we haven't had to deal with too bad of heat around here because of the storms, but it's coming back now, and I'm frying in here right now. You see me glistening and whatnot? It's bad. So thankfully I'm getting it fixed tomorrow. Nice to see cruise content from a crew person and entertainer, no less. Hey, I try. What's wrong with the AC? Well, apparently they think it might have been a blown fuse, so the whole system has to get replaced. I don't know the technical term for it, but the big fan that sits outside, the big like block fan, that has to be completely replaced. So I talked to my landlord. Apparently it's like 12 years old, so it's about that time. They're not under the insurance anymore, so they got to replace the whole dang thing. The condenser? Oh, thanks. I guess I could have made that assumption. I don't know. I know cars. I don't really know too much about AC and HVAC and all that. What else do we got to go over? I'm trying to just wait a little bit for the CDC news because I want to try to talk about the article and talk about what's going on with that because I know it's a big topic. But I want to get this other stuff out of the way. We've gone over Virgin. We've gone over the Carnival Sailings, the Mardi Gras. I'm still excited for that, guys. I'm going to make a separate video talking about the stuff that I've been having to do in order to prepare for that cruise because, you know, they've been sending a lot of emails, asking a lot of questions, health information, all that stuff too as well. Ah, is Lauren here? She told me she was coming. Yeah, my girlfriend Lauren's in the chat, guys. Make sure you say hi. I'd appreciate it. Well, uh, yeah, so I'm excited. 22 days and we're hanging out on the Mardi Gras. I cannot wait. I can't wait. Look, I'm telling you, just look for the guy that won't shut up. That's backflipping all over the place. You'll find me. Going on the Carnival Freedom from Miami to Seattle next April. Never been on Carnival, and is their entertainment good? Well, that comes down to personal preference. It used to be good. Tell you that when they had breakdancers on board, they don't have them anymore. So I would say no, personally. I would say no. I mean, Carnival's entertainment. I mean, like I said, personal preference, right? So a lot of people like NCL's entertainment. They like, you know, Royal Caribbean's entertainment. It just depends on what your forte is, your cup of tea. So I guess to each his own. Personally, I don't care much for the Carnival entertainment, but entertainment's entertainment, I guess. Let me pull up this article about the CDC. We'll go ahead and go over that in a couple minutes. So one thing that I also want to talk to you guys about is me as far as how I'm going to structure my videos and my channel moving forward. So I've been paying attention to like my analytics and stuff. I do that a lot on my channel, and I've noticed that you guys don't, maybe not you, like as far as the people that watch my live streams, but the overall demographic for my channel, you guys don't seem to really care much for the cruise news as much these days, which is understandable, and Tony kind of has that covered. So does Don. So I'm thinking about getting back to the Shiplife stories. I'm thinking about getting back to the other videos. I had a month, about 2 months or so ago, where I did stuff that was not cruise news. And honestly, that was the most views that I've seen on my channel and since my channel popped off around March last year, March and April. So I'm thinking about maybe bringing that stuff back, like general cruise information, ship life stories, just talking about stuff like maybe my personal experiences on board the ship, bad habits of cruise ship passengers, that kind of thing. I want to start doing that kind of content again. As far as the cruise news, I know a lot of people like hearing the cruise news from me because no matter how you look at it, if you're looking at cruise news, it's never just the news. It's usually, you know, opinion tied into it, whether it be me, Tony, or Don, personal preference. But I'm thinking maybe I'll just put out like one video a week, find like a happy medium. Talk about the news in the live streams maybe 3 times a week, and then maybe put out one cruise news just to kind of wrap up the week as far as what went down. How would you guys feel about that if I were to do something like that? How about working in the entertainment industry? I've talked about that before. I might have to bring that back up and do a separate video on it. Was that, I believe what you said, but other than yourself, I haven't heard one word about the incident on Odyssey of the Seas. Well, like I said, they're probably not going to talk about that. And to be honest with you, I can personally say, I mean, whether you believe in me or not, that's a personal choice. But the same people that I had on board were the same ones that were telling me days before everybody else knew that the Odyssey was coming over to Florida. A lot of people didn't believe me then, but sure enough, the Odyssey showed up. You remember that? I mean, I can go on. Like I said, I trust the people the crew members that are on board the ship, and if they're telling me that, I believe them. They have no reason to lie to me. So that's the only reason I put it out there was because I figured the people that are watching the live streams are a little bit more trusted, and you guys, you know, why not give you the information? Why not? I just wasn't going to make a whole separate video without pictures and proof and maybe some other articles talking about it. But yeah, it happened. That'd be nice to hear something different instead of all the COVID talk. Yeah, personally, if you guys haven't noticed, I'm tired of it too. It's been an interesting run over the past year talking about the COVID and everything and how all this has progressed, but things are somewhat going back to normal other than what's going on with the CDC not really backing down and, you know, whatever. I don't blame them to a certain degree. I understand what they're there for. But other than that really going on, the cruise industry is restarting. There's cruise ships galore right now. So why keep pushing the envelope on cruise news? So I might just talk about like the inside stuff, maybe just some general cruise information, that can appeal to a wider audience, because that's how channels grow, and just kind of go from there. What's your name on Facebook? Well, I got a Shiplife group page on Facebook. If you want to type that in, the Shiplife. Scott, if you wouldn't mind, put a link to it in the feed. I'd appreciate it. But my Facebook, just type in Jay Alexander or Justin Alexander. You should be able to find me. They hope you're doing well. I'm hot. And with this heat comes some frustration. It's been hard to think about anything, but thank you, Scott. Yeah, guys, if you want to join the Facebook group, my moderator, Scott, just put a link in the feed. So just make sure you check it out. How about talking about cruise stocks? I would love to do that. I've thought about that too as an option. Maybe one day a week or a Sunday or something like that, talk about cruise stocks, because I understand stocks a decent amount. As an amateur, don't get me wrong, I'm not like some financial analyst or whatnot. I thought about doing that too. I might give that a try one day. Maybe try 1 or 2 videos, see how that fares out. You'll find the sweet spot. I believe in you. Yeah, it takes time. YouTube is a journey, right? Everybody, whether it be me, Tony, Don, like everybody's constantly changing their style and how they're doing things. It's just part of the game. It is. Things are constantly changing. On a live stream, somebody asked Tony to do a backflip. If he got so many likes, you're inspiring people. Imagine Tony did the backflip and like landed it too. How cool would that be? That'd be really interesting. I'm watching the feed, so join now. I can get you in. Oh, thank you, Scott. That wasn't for me. But yeah, so I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking that might not be a bad idea. Just stop doing the cruise news every single day. I got another channel that I'm trying to start up, trying to reboot my other channels that I have too. My girlfriend Lauren, I'm actually getting her started on YouTube as well, and we might start a channel together. So we'll see. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stop posting on the Shiplife. I'm still going to make the same content. I'm going to post like every day, every other day for the most part too. So just so you guys know, nothing fundamentally with my channel is going to change, but I want to keep moving. I like your video on Cozumel. I enjoy hearing about everything on cruise ships on and off. Yeah, well, so I am going to book more cruises as well. So that's my point. The thing is too, with me traveling, I travel a lot if you guys haven't noticed. I was in France for months, and then I was in Mexico for a whole month. And I do all these other travel adventures, and I'm always traveling to other places, which creates opportunities, but it also creates problems as well, because since I'm traveling to places like Mexico and random cities, I may not have the best place to film. I might not have the best Wi-Fi. So for me to post every day, as you guys saw, was extremely difficult. So do you have any postings of you breakdancing? Yeah, I got a video on this channel of like my demo reel that I would send out to the cruise lines and everybody else when I would audition. I might have to leave a link or something. Maybe I can find it real quick on YouTube. If you guys want me to see it, if you want to see it, I can find the link on YouTube real quick and post it on the feed if you want. A lot of project guys, your note already. What is, oh, sorry, that was Lauren. I was like, wait, who is that? Yeah, we got a lot of projects going on. Video bomb, pair DJ's video with backflips. Hey, I might have to. I can't wait to get on the Mardi Gras. I got some cool videos coming up for you guys, all right? I'm going to do, of course, I got to do I'm probably going to do a solo video on the boat roller coaster. I figure why not, do something to appeal to all the thrill junkies out there. It's the world's only cruise ship roller coaster. So might do a separate video on that. I'm going to do maybe a walkthrough tour. Maybe not one where I'm physically in it, because I'm not going to have like a camera person with me, nobody to hold the camera. So I'm probably going to do a walkthrough with some music if you guys want to see that, going deck by deck. If you want, I got a cabin crawl as well, so I'll see all the cabins on board. I'm going to document that. Then of course I'm going to do like regular vlogs on board as well too. So that's the plan for the Carnival Mardi Gras until I book some other cruises as well. So I'm really excited. Jags Travel, could you please give us the names of your other channels? I will as soon as all of them get set up. I don't want to just start throwing them out there as of right now. I want to put some videos and content on first, but I'll give them. You were really hustling in Mexico to give content. Thanks for your efforts. Yeah, I wish more people would have saw the video, but it happens. It happens. It's all part of the game. You spend money and you try to give the best content, hoping you get some type of return, because financial return is important too, because we can't just do all this stuff for free, unfortunately. Cruises cost money, as we all know. When do you plan to collaborate with Tony? I was going to reach out to him on Monday, see if we can get something figured out maybe before I leave, but we'll see. By the way, guys, we got 150 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. All right, so in a couple minutes, guys, I want to talk about this CDC issue. I don't want to get too far into it because we all know how touchy that stuff can be. And I know myself as well as everybody else, we can feel one way or the other about it. So I don't want to dive too deep into it, but it is cruise news, so we're going to talk about it. I'll help you find out if you need me to hold the camera or phone. We have 2 C days. I mean, that'd be great. That would. I'll let you know if you wanna work something out. Definitely, that'd be cool. We'd love to do a crab and crawl. We're in the Mardi Gras July 31st too. There's I gotta reach out to me. There's a group that's actually doing the cabin crawl, so I've already signed up for it. I'm doing the cabin crawl, so you should definitely check it out. I think that the cabin crawl is gonna be cool to see. I forgot exactly what date it was or what. I know it's a C day, but if I remember correctly. But just reach out to me and I can give you the link to the cabin crawl. By the way, nobody. What do you guys? So, did you guys hear what I said about Cunard? What do you think about this Cunard situation? Do you think it's an outbreak situation on board their ship, maybe bigger than just 4 or 5 people, or do you think it's a situation where maybe Cunard is just trying to look out for their overall demographic, since primarily most of their demographic is typically older cruisers? What's a cabin crawl? So pretty much it's like a what's it called, a bar crawl. So pretty much you just take, it's a bunch of people or maybe just a couple people and they just hop around from cabin to cabin. So we can see the standard stateroom, we can see the luxury suites and all that stuff as well. So I'm gonna document as I go along, and I think we might have like a representative or somebody with us that can break down all the amenities and pricings as well. If they have that, then I will definitely try to do like maybe an interview or something with them. That way they can give you a little bit more insight as far as what the Mardi Gras has available. Because I personally won't have all those numbers. Maybe demographics. The rest of Carnival's lines are beginning to sail. You're right. But like I said, so they had a situation. There was just reports coming out that they had positive cases on board. But what does that mean? If you think about it, right? Every time we've seen numbers. Like I said, I can't take all the credit for that. Don has put it out in a couple of his videos talking about that. But typically when you do, because he's right, whenever we hear about these cases going on, we hear about 1, 2, we even heard about 5 at one point. Why, when we hear about Cunard, all we hear is that crew members have tested positive. We don't hear about anything else. Could it be more? That's the question. None of your competitors are going to interview the DJ in the middle of the nightclub. Oh, I got plans, all right? Yeah, I'm trying to do my best to be different without going too far off the cuff, if that makes sense. Just not going too far away. But I'm going to try to give a different view of cruising. In the nightclub, the music blasting loudly in the background. The cabin crawl is fine, but mundane. You're right. No, I have some plans. I have some plans. I'm not sure exactly how all of it's going to play out, right? It's kind of like crash and burn with this, because for me to make the content that I'm making and trying to give it a little bit of a twist and a different approach, it's going to be, some things might fail, some things might succeed, and we'll just kind of have to play it by ear. I live in the UK. Queen Elizabeth is in port. It was in local press. Okay, well, like I said, I wonder what's gonna I wonder what's going on. I wonder if it's just the usual 2 or 3 cases with the crew, or maybe it's something a little bit more. We'll see. Time will tell. Will you have your lady friend with you on the Mardi Gras? No, I won't. She's a French citizen, so she can't get on board. Unfortunately, with all these cruise lines that are sailing, they're resuming operations, which is somewhat understandable, I guess. If you're sailing on these cruise ships, you got to be a local resident, unless you get some type of paperwork that allows you to do otherwise. Like John Harold, for example, he was able to go on the Carnival ships. Cabin Carl is on day 2, Sunday at 12:30. Thank you, thank you. So I signed up for it. I don't even got all the dates put together. If you can maybe get a one-on-one with Christine Duffy, oh, that would be great. I don't know if that would be possible, but we'll have to see. What are your goals for the subscriptions and numbers for this channel? Well, right now it's 100K by the end of the year, which I think is very, very possible. I do think it's possible. No guarantees, you never know. My channel could just die between now and the end of the year, but I think 100,000 subscribers is possible. You're seeing, like, you have all these other cruisers that are crossing the threshold, even though they've been on YouTube a lot longer than I have. I believe I have a different perspective, and I think that has the potential to make my channel a little bit more, grow a little bit more faster. I also pay attention to YouTube and how it works as well. It can be more than a crawl, or more than crew and Cunard, because they're not sailing yet. Yeah, you're right. Get that AC fixed tomorrow morning, guaranteed. They were supposed to come today. They postponed it another day. I'm on the list. All right. They told me tomorrow between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. So hopefully we can get it out of here and I can actually think clearly for a change. Because, man, if you guys have never been in a house with no AC, it's not fun. You can't even think straight. Anyway, guys, I've prolonged this long enough. Let's talk about what's going on with the CDC and let's have a civil conversation. All right. So the article, I want to read the article because I just want to give like some clarification as far as what's going on. And I think this article explains it as far as like when it comes to the legal terms better than I can. So it says CDC asks court to put Florida cruise ruling on hold after judge refuses. Judge ruled agency overstepped authority, placing cruising restrictions. The article reads, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I just want to kind of get the idea about it. In a flurry of legal activity, attorneys for the Centers for Disease Control, the CDC, and Prevention have asked a federal appeal court to put a hold on U.S. District Judge, and they're talking about Stephen Merryday, by the way, federal judge Stephen Merryday, ruling that backed Florida in a fight about the cruise ship industry. The request Wednesday for the 11th U.S. Circuit Court appeals to issue a stay came after U.S. District Judge Stephen Merryday refused to put on hold his June 18th ruling that the CDC overstepped its legal authority in placing restrictions on the cruise industry during the COVID-19 pandemic. That was a lot. But in a nutshell, we all know the whole spiel, what's going on. Judge Stephen Merryday ruled in favor of Florida in the preliminary hearing. And now, starting on July 18th, the CDC's framework for conditional sailing, the sailing order, the CSO, will become just guidelines as opposed to just being rules and laws that the cruise lines have to follow. But you now have the CDC who they tried to appeal it, or they tried to, put a stay order in, and they got denied. And now they're reaching out to other federal judges to try to figure out if they can get it stopped and then overstep once again Stephen Merryday's ruling that he's put that's going to be in place until July 18th. Interesting. Very, very interesting times. In other words, the CDC isn't letting up. Let's see. Everybody's talking about the AC thing. Yeah. It's not fun. It's not fun. Arnold Donald probably will be on your voyage. You think so? You could probably get a quick interview with him. He's approachable. That would be nice. Like I said, guys, I'm probably not going to be enjoying the cruise as much as I would like to. Maybe in the evening times, but most of the time I'm going to be working. Got to get the most out of this cruise here. Judge can't give the CDC power. It pretty much has to go through Congress. The plot thickens. Yeah, it's already gone up there. I mean, it's already on the federal level, just so we're clear. I mean, as soon as federal Judge Stephen Merryday got involved, it became a federal issue. Now, they could go higher. Of course, Congress can get involved. Will they? We'll see. But it's kind of one of those situations that we've talked about before. When stuff like this happens, it can go on and on and on. And by the time something gets done, or maybe if there's a ruling, an actual victory in the court case, and not just a preliminary hearing, things might be back to normal. It won't even matter anymore. So we'll see. But you enjoy working, so win-win. Yeah, I do enjoy it. I really do. Now, given I am excited to be on the ship, I'm going to have my fun too, for sure. I just got to plan it out properly, what days I'm actually going to go out. It can go to Supreme Court. Yeah, exactly. The executive branch can't sit by and let the judiciary politicize national security. Yeah, so there's a lot of overreach and overstep going on, and a lot of questions being asked, and honestly, a lot of confusion as far as what's going on. And at this point, too, it's confusing me. Like, I feel like people that don't like understand how legalities work and the court branches and the federal branches and how all of it works, it can become very, very confusing. And I'm not going to claim to know how all of that works. I know there's 3 branches, but I'm not going to sit here and break all that down and try to give people a lesson that probably know a lot more than I do. So we read these articles, and I mean, these articles most of the time, depending on your news source, will give you a decent amount of information. That way you can simplify what's going on. I understand what's going on, but at the same time, it's a giant cluster. I don't think anybody can argue that. Even the people that are involved are probably confused at what's happening, what's going to happen moving forward. It's a big cluster. It really is. And I think personally, a lot of people are kind of tired of it. Cruising starting back up, I think it should be just kind of simple as that. Let's just not complicate it anymore. Is it true that Carnival Cruise Line is charging $150 for testing? I believe it is if you're not vaccinated. I believe that's the situation for the people that get selected to be on the ship that isn't vaccinated. Also, Carnival announced too that if you're not vaccinated, you're unvaccinated, and you're getting on the ship, it's required that you now have insurance as well. I found that out today. They had emails sent out and whatnot. There's also been articles put out about it as well. So yeah, a lot of developments happening every single day. Now, do you guys want me to continue reading this article, or is it too boring, too much mumble jumble? Because it gets a little bit more detailed if you guys want me to read it. James Smith, yeah, only for non-vaccinated. Yeah, exactly. Got my health questionnaire letter from Carnival last night. Volunteer or we're going to cancel. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Volunteer, we're going to cancel your stay at 5%. So much for the Florida law. Yeah. I think they're doing that too for the Mardi Gras. I don't think I got an email for that, but I've heard a lot of people getting it for the August sailing, saying that if they don't if they don't do the questionnaire and they don't submit all that stuff by the 13th, I think it was, what is that, Monday? Or something like that. I think it was Monday. They are going to cancel your cruise on the Mardi Gras. So yeah, I mean, it sucks. Things are changing rapidly every single day, and it's like it's kind of giving everybody an immediate ultimatum to make, which sucks. That's why I can't wait till all this is over and things are like back to somewhat normal. Whenever that is. I don't know. Maybe the aliens will come before that, but I guess we'll see. Time will tell. The fact that I have to fly from NYC to Florida is more concerning to me than the actual cruise on MSC. Wow, what's wrong with Florida? Now, given it's a little crazy out here, right? You should have seen what was going on out here during the Lightning game. Got mine for the Mardi Gras. Nice. Oh, excuse me. The executive branch fights wars. If you're battling the enemy, you can't have the. Well, I'll just keep pouring up. Sorry, something keeps blocking up my view. If you can't have the court as a backseat driver, how would World War II have ended if the court said you can't drop bomb on Hiroshima? Oh, that was deep. It's deep. 11 and younger exempt from travel insurance on Carnival, though. Thank you for pointing that out. I appreciate it. I mean, I guess it would make sense since they can't get vaccinated anyway. In a way, it makes sense. Jay, can you get on the Carnival? Can you get Carnival to bring what is it? Topples sunbathing back to the upper deck sun? Upper sun deck. I could try. It's a detailed order, but I could try. Why not? That emergency health order expires. Oh, fingers crossed. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we got what? What's today? We got like 10 days or so. I mean, a lot can happen in between that time frame, but I don't think we've heard. I mean, if anybody's heard anything as far as if it was going to get extended or not, let me know. I personally haven't heard anything about the public health declaration or whether it was going to be expired or not, or if it was going to be extended. Hello, sir. Watching you from the hospital, getting my second shot from Canada. Nice. How's it going? Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're not afraid of needles. 10% of Australians are vaccinated. It's a long road to cruising here. Yeah, so somebody tell me, enlighten me, what's going on with Australia? No, I get it, right? There's going to be logistic issues and whatnot as far as delivering the vaccine, but this long? What's the deal? It seems like they just want to keep people locked down over there. I mean, I'm probably wrong, but and I'm joking. But still, like, what's happening over in Australia? Why are those people over there not getting? Why aren't vaccines available? That's my question for people that want to get it over in Australia. I'm confused about that. I understand, like, things have to be delivered over to Australia, but still. Give me a second, guys. Scott Weber, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. I think the whole court injunction is somewhat moot. Cruising is starting on its own. Yeah. Well, another thing about that too, and this has been a big conversation for a lot of people. I've seen the arguments going on in the comment section. People are talking about how if the CDC loses control of the cruising industry in the United States, then everything's going to fall apart and the cruise lines are going to do their own thing. Guys, it's in the best interest, even though cruise lines are a business and the idea is to make money, right? It's in the best interest for them to make sure everybody is healthy and nothing goes wrong on these ships, regardless of how money hungry anybody might be. The money is tied directly to the health. There is no doubt about it, and that's just how it is. The cruise lines are not stupid. They're not children. They're not 5-year-olds. They're going to hire who they need to hire. But also keep in mind, too, there's always that big question going on is if you're a doctor, if you're a scientist, the cruise lines have hired these people. They have a lot of people on board. They have a lot of, I think Carnival, I think they have like 5 or 6 doctors on their ship now because of COVID and everything that's going on. You know, I'm pretty sure they've been advised on how to handle things. So I don't think that's going to be an issue if the CDC framework just becomes guidance. I don't see that being an issue. I really don't. Do you think the Delta virus will make us have the 4th lockdown? That depends on, I hate to say it, but that depends on the politics going on, to be honest with you. That depends on politics because there's no telling at this point. They decide to lock down, it's going to be for political reasons. CDC did its job. Everyone is following the rules because of the instability of the U.S. legal situation. You might be right. I mean, the CDC did do their job, right? I guess, right? From a technical standpoint, the CDC did their job. But what happened was, why did it took them so long to let the industry even get started? These test sailing situations have been going on since last year. And the CDC, for a very long time, said they couldn't sail, they couldn't do test sailings, they couldn't do anything. So on that end, the CDC messed up. Check the promotions folder in your Gmail. My vaccine questionnaire is there. Okay, will do. Thank you. I appreciate you sending me that. Thank you. CDC should have been working with the cruise lines as partners instead of trying to rule them. You're right. I mean, they should be doing what they were supposed to be doing, which is really putting out guidance. They should have been working with the cruise lines. That way we wouldn't have this whole stop and go situation. And hopefully it doesn't continue to be that. We'll see. We'll see. Frankly, our government let us down. Everyone has been complacent up to now. Delta has the most of our country in lockdown. Yeah, I've been saying this since the beginning. This whole organization situation has been horrible. It's been done horribly. Now, given, just you give the benefit of the doubt. I'm not a government official. I can understand the difficulty of how hard a lot of this stuff is, trying to get everything organized as far as how things are going to be handled. However, when you look at things from a common sense perspective as well, you still got to point out some things that just honestly don't make a lot of sense. So this topic is only interesting as a point of study of separation of powers. That's why most people were surprised that the judge didn't trash it rather than beat the hornet's nest. Good point. It's a good point. I can agree with that. Definitely agree with that. Yeah, somebody trying to get into an argument with me yesterday saying that I am anti-CDC and stuff like that. No, not at all. Not at all. I don't think that. No. I understand what the CDC is here to do, but from just somebody that's traveled to, I also understand that the world we live in isn't as cut and dry as we like to make it out to believe. I'm sure these organizations that are controlled by other people, that are controlled from other people, that are controlled from funding, there's a lot of other things that go on that personally, the general public, we don't know about. That's how it is. End of story. This stuff happens. Just like science. Science is directly tied into money and funding. If the scientists don't have the funding for their experiments and stuff that they were doing in their studies, they can't do said experiments or studies. So it's in their best benefit to appease whoever it is that's providing the funding from them. I could talk about this stuff all day. It's not conspiracy or anything like that. It's just the world is not as cut and dry. And as far as the science and the health and all, it's never going to be as cut and dry as we'd like to believe, unfortunately. There's always going to be politics involved. There's always going to be personal opinion involved. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Good for the judge. The CDC has no actual governing power, which I don't think they should. We could talk about this all day on how much power they should have and should government get involved with business and whatnot too. That's always going to be a topic to be had. The CDC didn't respond to the cruise lines until government of Florida sued them. Very valid point. That is also true. The CDC was silent until the lawsuits started coming in. Guys, keep that in mind. None of that happened. So a lot of people are saying, well, the CDC health and safety protocols and the CSO, all that stuff worked. But we didn't get any action literally until like halfway through 2021, almost halfway through 2021, 2 months ago, when there was actual action being taken. So if you think about that, yeah, the CDC's CSO worked, but for them to actually put things in motion and allow cruise lines to operate again, it took a little bit of a push. And that's unfortunate. Sad how the unvaccinated are being treated because they choose to not get the jab. Some of us have a good reason not to get it. Yeah, I can briefly touch on that because I don't want to get too deep in that. We all know how politicized all of that is. Somebody called me an anti-vaxxer the other day, and I'm like, dude, I'm vaccinated. I can't be. I understand both sides of it. Now, personally, I only did it for personal reasons, so I can go see my girlfriend, so I can go travel and do what I need to do. That's the only reason I got it. But I understand the people that don't want to get it. Like when you find out who owns these pharmaceutical companies and you find out who's really in control and you find out all the lawsuits that have gone on with these companies and how crooked they've been over the years up until this point, you understand the people that aren't in a rush to get the vaccine. You know what I mean? Again, always look at both sides of the coin. It's understandable, right? It really is. It really is. And first of all, nobody should also be forced to get something they don't want to get. End of story. I got the vaccination for vacations only. Yeah, I hear that a lot. That's the difference. We don't have anyone powerful enough to challenge our government agencies in court. Yeah, well, who do you think? They have a lot of people in their back pocket. You know what I mean? So anybody denies that and think it's all about freedom and justice, you're fooling yourself. That's the truth. I don't think anybody can argue that. Ultra smooth. Same. Got it for travel. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Here's another thing about this article that I'm reading too, and about the CDC. The CDC can't provide reasoning, at least from what I've seen. They can't they can't provide reasoning as to why their framework, their CSO, still needs to be law, why it still needs to be what it is when the cruise lines are following it anyway. I personally don't see the cruise lines turning around a week from now, 2 weeks from now, and suddenly saying, you know what, doesn't matter if you're vaccinated or not, you all can join, you all can cruise. I don't think they're going to do that because it's not in their best interest. Even if you're looking at it from a business standpoint, it is in their best interest to keep everybody healthy and do what is needed to be done for the short term in order to provide safe and healthy cruises without any problems. So I don't see anything changing. The cruise lines aren't dumb. They're not gonna do anything stupid. They're probably, if anything, they'll hire their own scientists, they'll hire their own health and safety experts. That way they can make sure they're getting as much profit as they can while also getting back into operation, while also making sure everybody is safe on their cruise. I don't see it going any other way. I really don't. They just don't want the CDC stepping in 2 weeks from now because somebody sneezed on board a cruise and then shutting it down. So that was a lot. I just said a lot, but you know what I mean? Like, we got to get back. We really do. The cruise industry knows how to handle illness on board. This isn't their first rodeo. Exactly. I think that's something we all forgot about. There's just that, of course, there was that big scare that you do got to take into consideration some point with the Diamond Princess and the Grand Princess and the Ruby Princess and the Caribbean. There was a lot of stuff that happened. Unfortunately, mainly around Princess. I hate to put Princess on the spot here, but this is where all this kind of stemmed from, all the chaos and craziness and dark talk about cruising. Right? We understand all that stuff happened, and the cruise lines, they probably made some bad decisions in between all of that, right? They're not just completely off the hook. But at the same time, nobody knew what was going on last year, right? Nobody knew if anything was getting blown out of proportion. Nobody knows how crazy all of this was. So it's understandable that things happened the way they did. It's understandable. It's not right. It's unfortunate, but it's understandable. But you can't just vilify them forever. So haven't heard much from NCL. What's happening with them? Well, I do have I wish I had put it on my computer. I have a picture from the crew. There's like a crew group page. They put up I can get it for you guys if you want, talking about all the sailings from NCL that's happening between now and the end of the year. If you guys want me to pull that up, I can. I just have to get off of here for 2 seconds and send it to my computer, airdrop it, if you guys want. Because I can't name the dates offhand, but there are sailings set up for, what is it, New York, going to Bermuda. There's a couple things going on with NCL, but they have been relatively silent over the past couple weeks, especially with everything starting back up. So who knows? I mean, they haven't been Princess quiet though. It's understandable why Princess has been Princess is probably not going to be in a rush to get back into operation, seeing as how all this kind of stemmed from what happened on their ships, unfortunately. How do we contact you to get the Mardi Gras cabin crawl? Well, there's a couple ways. You can contact my Facebook group. So Scott, actually, right under yours, who is that? California Cruisers. If you look under your post, just check out Scott Rants, our moderator. He just put a link to our Facebook group. You can contact me directly on there. You can contact me via through my Facebook group. You can find my personal account as well. You can contact me, reach out to me. So yeah, there's plenty. My email is in the description of all my videos as well. Reach out to me personally there, and I can send you the link to the cabin crawl and the Mardi Gras if you want. And I'll see you there if you're coming. M Favors self-serve on Carnival is back. Yeah, it is. I wonder how that's going down, by the way. I really do. I don't see that being a problem, especially now. I think the proper things have been put in place so that things are happening safely, which means you have more people guarding the buffets, making sure everybody there is washing their hands. They need to have people babysitting too, make sure nobody's digging in their nose or anything like that too. Anything about Disney Cruise Lines back on sailings? What was the last thing that came out about Disney? I don't think there's been any updates. Only thing I read was an article about what it's going to be like on board for the dinners and whatnot. If anybody has any info on Disney, maybe I missed something. Let me know. I watched John Held, and it seems great. Oh, I'm sure it is. As long as they don't get in the way of me and my food, I'm good. Haven't seen any problem with the self-serve on Carnival this week. I don't think anybody has. Like I said, as long as they stay out of the way of me and my food, I don't have a problem. Oh, we're almost at 200. Guys, make sure you hit that like button. We got 170 people in here. I know I haven't said it in a while. Hit that like button, guys. I really appreciate it. The good thing is that if cruising goes well in the US and the UK, CLIA can use that to build a case in Australia. I need to keep thinking positive. You're right. I think that's going to be a situation worldwide. Not a situation, a good situation. Do you think Tampa will open the port anytime soon? I think they're not supposed to be sailing out of Tampa until November, which I'm surprised. I mean, they should open it now, maybe for the smaller ships, but one port at a time. Disney Magic is sailing in the UK. Yeah, I know now. So I have a friend of mine, Vic. He's on board that ship. I have another one, Clarissa. She's on board. So I have two friends that I used to work with over at Busch Gardens that are on board the Disney Magic right now. No mask indoors for everyone. No mask outside on the Disney Magic. Looking forward to seeing you on the Mardi Gras. Meet you at Port Canaveral, and we're a real class. You know, we're a real class act. I can't wait to meet you. I'm excited. And I don't know what I'm doing yet. I don't know if I should just go stay in a hotel over in Port Canaveral and maybe just like shuttle over there or Uber over there. What do you guys think I should do? I haven't planned that little piece of it yet. I got plans for when I get on board the ship, but I got nothing planned prior. Maybe I'll go to Disney World or something like that. Maybe meet up with JoJo and the rest of those guys for the other YouTubers before I go over there the day prior. Nah, I'll probably be too tired. Maybe I'll just stay at a hotel. What's taking Port Everglades so long to open? That's a good question. I mean, the restart, no matter how you looked at it, was going to be long. It was going to be a long process. There's still a lot of things, a lot of rebuilds and restarting operation. It's going to take time no matter how you look at it. Hotel, extend the holiday. Yeah, you're right. I'm not a big hotel person, though. I just want to be close to the port to where I can just go ahead and take a shuttle to the cruise port. That's all I want. I'm not a big hotel guy, but to stay there for the night for the convenience is not a bad idea. What are your thoughts on the buffets being replaced by food halls like Virgin Voyages and NCL Prima? I mean, personally, I think the buffet is a classic and I don't know, stable touch to cruising. I haven't tried the. Give me a second. Sorry, I was looking at something. I haven't tried the food halls yet, so personally, I can't give an opinion on it. But I like a classic touch. I personally like the buffets, given that nobody is digging in their nose or doing something nasty at the food, you know. But we'll have to see. Maybe people will like it. I don't know how the food hall is going to go personally. We'll see. The design looks cool. Stay in a hotel, you can film stuff. Yeah, maybe. It just depends. Other than NCL, what cruise line would you suggest for a couple that doesn't like ratchetness? Well, I mean, I would suggest a luxury line, or you can just like a sub-luxury line, like maybe with Carnival, the Carnival Corporation, go on a celebrity cruise, or you know, if you're talking about Royal Caribbean, there's plenty of options for them. You got celebrity, of course. It just depends if you want a big or small ship. I would suggest for you maybe a more luxury liner. Because I'm telling you right now, there's some of these ships, you know, it depends on where you're going too. It also depends on your itinerary. There's a lot of factors. Don't go on a spring break or midsummer cruise to the Caribbean. I'll tell you that. Don't go to, you know, if the ship's going to Cozumel or Nassau, it's over for you. Get ready for teeny bop galore. It's happening. So the fair warning. It depends. Justin, did you book Odyssey yet? I am no longer in a rush to book Odyssey. I want to see some concrete proof that things are going good, that ship is seeing a little hint of good luck. I'm in no rush to book the Odyssey of the Seas, NCL Jewel class. Thank you, Robert. Well, there you have it. Book the NCL Jewel class if you're a couple and you don't want to see the ratchetness. I'm gonna say, yeah, definitely the smaller ships for sure. But if you want to look at like a larger luxury line or whatever, if you want like a nice little step up, go on a Celebrity or a Princess. You'll enjoy it. Is there any word of cruising out of Puerto Rico? I don't believe so. We're supposed to cruise in December. I haven't heard any updates. I haven't heard you say anything else about the fire. How bad was it? Well, so I asked the crew members that I know on board to give me some pictures. They said apparently they're not even allowed near it. If they do go even near it, they're fired. So yeah, I haven't been able to get my people on it, to be honest with you. But apparently it wasn't horrible, but they said there was some damage to one of the theaters. There was some damage to the I think they said it was the bumper cars where it started. So the C-plex, because it's a section of the ship. The C-plex is where it started from, so there's damage all over there. Lisette Malfour, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I love cruising. I'm excited to be on board the Odyssey of the Seas in December. Love your videos. Well, I love your support. I appreciate it. Greetings from Curacao. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I never even heard of Curacao until we heard that cruise ships were going over there to dump off all of their machinery and whatnot and valuables before going to the scrapyard. You are a faithful water drinker. Hey, I'm trying to get back in shape. I'm telling you, being in Mexico and whatnot, we did a lot of drinking, a lot of margaritas and pina coladas over there. I gotta get back in shape. I'm in the worst shape of my life right now. Odyssey is the biggest cruise line in the world. What do you mean, biggest cruise ship in the world? You mean? No. What's the biggest ship in the world? Well, at least aside from the newer ships that they got coming on. What is it? The Spectrum? These ultra mega class ships, I get them confused all the time. Which one's the biggest cruise ship in the world? I thought it was Spectrum, wasn't it? In your opinion, what's the best cruise ship for families with very young children? Disney? I mean, I guess it depends on your budget. I would say Disney. You know, so I mean, but it just depends. Like I said, when people ask about what's the favorite and what's the best, there's a general rule, right? Depending on what you want, but it all comes down to personal preference at the end of the day. If you're trying to generalize a specific preference as far as what you want. Symphony, thank you. How the heck did I not even think about Symphony? Yeah, Symphony of the Seas is the largest. I'm sorry. Look, nobody blame me. All right, these mega class ships, they all look the same. And every time you turn around, they got another one getting built. It's so confusing. It really is. Yeah, I know about Wonder. That's what I'm saying. The ship that, as far as the ships that are in operation or that are released in the water, Wonder of the Seas is going to be their biggest ship. But that ship doesn't come out until what? Was it 2023, 2024, something like that? Carnival is best for kids. Yeah, Carnival. That's what I was saying. Like, it just depends. Like, if you got the money, right, then Disney would be the best bet for sure. But I always recommend Carnival. It's a good starter budget. 2023. Thank you. Okay, I was right. It's a good budget cruise line, best bang for your buck. I mean, when I say budget, Carnival isn't like a beat up cruise line, but you guys get the idea. It's probably easier to drift a ship than a car. Maybe. Does Symphony go to Port Canaveral? I don't think so. I think they changed the itinerary plans or the home port for Symphony too. Where is Symphony porting out of right now? Carnival was Ratchet. Well, if you say Carnival was Ratchet, where did you go? Where did you go? What ship were you on? That is the question of the day. Symphony Miami. Thank you. Does Disney is best but most expensive? Exactly. If you got the budget, Disney's the way to go. But if you don't got the budget, like you're poor like me, then yeah, it ain't happening. Harmony is Port Canaveral. Thank you for the clarification, guys. Appreciate it. Summit is nice. I got a friend that works on Celebrity Summit. Celebrity's pricey though. I got excited at first when I saw the Celebrity Edge. I was thinking about going over there, challenging Kate McHugh to a dance battle. But after I saw those prices, I was like, yep, this ain't the one. Wonder is probably going to be only inches longer than the Symphony. That's what Royal does. Yeah, agreed. You're right. But hey, it counts, right? I guess if you're the biggest ship in the world, you're the biggest ship in the world. Cancun, I forgot the ship. What do you mean? Oh, man. But yeah, guys, so I just want to kind of round it off. We got like 5 minutes left. So I'm not going to stop doing cruise news, but I do want to start slowly shifting the focus since I'm going to be booking other cruises. And I want to start doing more fun content. I'm maybe on Sunday, especially If they fix my AC tomorrow, I'm gonna start doing cruise or Shiplife stories again on Sunday. So that's the plan, and then maybe like every other day or every couple of days, I'm gonna put out other content that isn't just cruise news. But to cater to people that still want cruise news, I'm still gonna be doing cruise news live streams so we can talk about everything going on. But I'm also going to maybe do like one video a week where I talk about what's going on with the cruise news, like a roundup. I think that will hopefully suit everybody and keep everybody happy. Top 10 ways. I already have that in my list. You read my mind. I literally have like a giant list in my notes on my phone of different topics to talk about. I got part twos of videos that you guys liked. Like I had a video, 10 things I hated about working on board the cruise ship. And first of all, that video has like 500,000 views. It was insane. I'm going to make a part two of that. Hopefully people understand that I'm generalizing and I'm not just like trying to be a baby and talk about things that I hated on board the ship. I love my contract. I had a great time. So, by the way, on that, right? So, you know, the number one comment I kept getting about that is, oh, if you hated it so much, or if you hated it, why did you work on board the ship? Or they say, well, why don't you talk about 10 things you loved instead? You know, I did do a video talking about 10 things I loved about working on board cruise ships, but it got not even a fraction of the views. When I talked about things that I hated about working on board cruise ships, it got 500,000 views. When I talked about things that I loved, it got like 20,000 views. So there's your reasoning. If you guys haven't seen both of those videos, right? I think they're both equally as I don't know, valuable, right? But people just seem to like the somewhat negative stuff more, seemingly negative stuff. I don't think it was negative, but so I'm gonna be doing more content like that moving forward, guys. I think it's time to bring it back. Top 10 reasons why he likes working on cruise ships. Oreo cheesecake. Yeah, you're right. I think I threw a joke in there about that. Sometimes people like the drama and negative, but the video wasn't negative. I was just kind of pointing out the realistic side of working on cruise ships. And I even put disclaimers in there. I said, guys, this doesn't apply to every single cruise ship. This doesn't apply to every person. And personally, my overall experience working on the ship was amazing. And the comments, oh my, whoo, man, it was insane. It was insane. That's why Don has 100K viewers. He's always negative. I don't know about that. No comment. Debbie Emanuel, wow, thank you for the $20 super chat. I appreciate you. She said, always enjoy your videos. Whatever you post will be entertaining. Thank you. Well, I think not talking about cruise news as much will be a little bit more entertaining, because as much as I enjoy giving you guys the content, giving cruise news, it's only fun when it's about good stuff. I don't really like talking about all this stuff. I mean, to give everybody awareness on what's going on, I think I like doing that. But this stuff has gotten so repetitive, and the people that comment on just somebody giving information, oh, I'm over it. I'm beyond over it. Don just wants to have a fantastic day. Exactly. Leave the man alone. Cool guy. I respect him. Honestly, if it wasn't for him, my channel wouldn't be where it is. Getting caught over the alcohol limit, though, will do it. You're right. No, I am going to do... Maybe I'll do that this week. I like that. I mean, I have that like somewhere like deep down on the list, but maybe 10 things that will get you fired on board the cruise ship. Oh, man. Scott, we're going to have to talk and put a list together. How about working out on a cruise ship? Yeah, I don't think that's content worthy. Yeah, you can work out on the ship, but like, what would I talk about? Cruise news is slowing down except for what ship is sailing next. Yeah, you're right. I mean, we got COVID cases, we got the CDC news, but you know what? Honestly, I don't want to get boxed in. I'll let Tony and Don handle that. And maybe I'll do like a week round off, because obviously people are still here for the news, and some people don't want to see an hour live stream to get their content. So maybe if I just put like one video a week together where it's like a 6 or 7 minute video, that will satisfy everybody's ship life cruise news hunger. We'll see. How have you been, Jay? Just got here. Was wondering, what do you think about the court denying the CDC trying to get full control of the cruise industry? Were you happy? I would say happy in a loose term. I'm not happy, but I think it's time for the cruise lines, since they are a business full of adults, and educated, very smart adults. I think they should be able to pass or fail on their own, to be honest, at this point, and I don't think they're going to fail. I wouldn't say I'm happy about it. I think things should go back to normal. And for me, normal would be the CDC laying off a little bit. They got other things to handle, like the Delta variant or something, you know? Like, leave the cruise lines alone. I watch Tony on cruise news. Man, she says she hates my cruise news. All right, that doesn't hurt my feelings or anything. I'm just going to cry in the corner after I get off this live stream. No big deal. It's okay, though. Nah, Tony's great. He's great. I'm killing it. I love Don. I'm glad he had a successful surgery. I think we all are. Don is not negative. He gets upset because he is passionate about cruising. Exactly. That's why I'm not going to comment on it. I think what he does is great, for sure. He has the influence. And, one thing I really love about YouTube is that it is foolproof, right? Maybe not the views so much because they're going to go up and down really no matter what you do until you kind of get vetted in and you're really, really, really consistent on YouTube. But as far as the subscribers, YouTube is foolproof in vetting people as far as whether people believe in them or not, or whether people actually want to watch them. I like watching all three of you. You all are great in your own way. Exactly. We're all different. Love your videos with you and your girlfriend. You two are so much fun together. Well, wait till we start our own channel. It's going to be great. We're going to do a couples channel, I think, and just do a bunch of crazy things, traveling together. I think. We're thinking about it. We're thinking about it. We'll see. Would anybody watch that? If I did a channel between Lauren and I, would you guys watch that? Texas girl, sorry, I didn't mean that. Yes, you did. Hurt my feelings. She said my cruise news is horrible. That's why nobody watches it. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Your own channel, I would. What do you mean? What if like Lauren and I start like a channel? Maybe just outside of cruising, but we talk about travel, we talk about things, we do little like crazy fun stuff too. Maybe you guys hear me try to speak French. Maybe we'll do that. Or talk about our stories because we've been through a lot all over the world. A long distance relationship. Man, when I met her, she didn't even speak English. It's crazy. We need all of you from Don to EECC, and we would all watch. Maybe we can do like a giant collaboration one day. Maybe my channel, when it grows to 1 million subscribers, I'll bring every cruise vlogger on like a giant cruise, and we'll just do a bunch of challenges, like a cruise trivia and just some other crazy stuff, like excursions. Like maybe we'll have them like jump off stuff and do backflips and breakdance battles. I think that'd be fun. Jay, exactly. I've been 2 times and it's way too expensive. Oh, JT. Are you talking about Disney? Best YouTube couple out there if you get your own channel. You guys can find out how annoying I really am. You're going to say, man, how does she deal with this guy? He never shuts up. We'll see. You, Don, and Tony are my top 3 YouTube legends. Oh, I appreciate that. Well, it's cool to even be put in their category. You guys got to remember, these guys have been doing this longer than I have, and they've been doing the mainstream stuff longer than I have, too. I'm like pretty much a year old, if you think about it, as far as like the mainstream cruising stuff. So I appreciate you guys. See, you got to go. Thanks for the Saturday morning chat. Oh, no problem. No problem. And your first 100 subs. What, were you one of the first 100? If you were, man, seriously, thank you. I didn't even know what I was doing back then. Oh, you're talking about on my other channel? That'd be cool. I should start a channel just to get you more watchers. Oh, that'd be amazing. But no, you don't have to do all that. You would win. Do a cruise fact Jeopardy. Oh, that'd be interesting. Now, given, I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably lose that, right? I have my knowledge, but my knowledge is like a couple years old, right? I can trace back, but I'm sure Don or somebody else might have a little bit more knowledge than I would, for sure. Probably why she likes it so much. She won't shut up. Well, yeah, just wait until I'm an old guy and I got nothing to do but talk. I'm never gonna shut up. Have you ever thought about planning a cruise and having a group cruise? Yes, I'm working on that little by little right now. I'm planning slowly a group cruise for next year, so stay tuned. Do you play any instruments? I can slightly play the violin and play a song or two. Nothing crazy. That's it. That's all I got for you. Have a great night. See you later. Are the cabin stewards limited to services to the passengers? No. The cabin stewards that would do the rooms, the passenger rooms, a lot of times they would do the crew rooms as well. Did you ask, have you been to Africa? I have not. I want to go. I would love to. Have you been to Disney? Have you been on a Disney cruise? No, I haven't. I would like to go at some point whenever I have the money. Maybe next year, I think would be a good idea. I book a cruise. If you and your girlfriend planned one, keep me updated. I will, definitely. I'll keep you guys updated. You could play a tiny violin in a skit where the cruise carrier complains. I can't wait to get on cruises. Just wait. I'm telling you. Jay is coming on the cruise, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be action-packed. I'll just join you on a group cruise. I'm working on it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Enjoy this last day of this hot house. Apparently, we're going to have something going on tomorrow. Now, I may post a video tomorrow, but I got the air conditioning guy. He's going to be here around 8 a.m. So I can't guarantee it, but I'm probably going to try to post a video. If not, I got Shiplife stories coming back on Sunday morning. So just be ready for that. And we'll go from there. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out, guys. I'd really, really appreciate it. And I'll see you all soon, all right? Take care. Oh, yeah, and join the Facebook group. Bye, guys.